So how do you create a thumbnail for YouTube that looks halfway decent? You do not have to have much artistic skill to do this. I'm just going to give you a really quick and easy way to do it, and then one that's a little bit more complicated if you want to take that on. So here's the first thing. Get out your smartphone, go to your app store, and search for Typorama, Typo-Rama. And you're going to want to get that app. You're going to want to purchase that app. It's like $14.99, I think, for a lifetime. It's not a subscription. Get the app, and I'm going to share my phone screen here so you can see exactly how that app works. And as I work through that, I'm going to be doing some explaining that I hope is helpful to you. And then we're going to move on to Then we're going to move on to Photoshop Elements just to show you the basics of how to edit and manipulate images within Photoshop. That will also help you make some good YouTube thumbnails if you just know some basics. So here's my screen. I'm going to share it. And again, let me know what questions that you have. Please text me 334-750-9919. Email me matthewdabbs@hotmail.com, and I'm glad to help you as I have the time to do it, to answer questions that you have on this, because it's really important for our congregations to get this continuity in the kind of care and the messaging that they're getting through very difficult times, and the kind of encouragement that they need in these kind of difficult times. So let me go ahead and share my screen and follow along with me. So I'm going to search for church. Search for church. There's a little church there. There are all kinds of churchy images. There's a little church in the snow. Or let's say I search for Bible. I'm going to get all kinds of Bible images. So let's say I really, really like this one. I'm going to tap it. I'm going to decide what kind of post it's going to be. It's going to be a YouTube thumbnail. And that stretches it to the exact right dimensions. I'm going to move my image up and down to where I like it. I'm going to say next. And the next thing you're going to see are lots of styles. All kinds of styles here that you can use with this app that are really so helpful. And so what you're going to do is you're going to tap and put the title, double tap, put the title of your sermon in. Let's say a word of encouragement. Sorry. And then you're going to say done. So there it is. It's really small, a little bit hard to read because it's white on white. So you're going to go to shadow. You're going to move opacity up, and that gives it some shadowy blur. Go back to styles and keep tapping. So the northern people is the one that's active. I'm going to keep tapping the northern people until it's maybe one that I like. Or let's say the old northern people. Okay, let's tap this. It's not getting very big. So I'm going to take that bottom right corner where the double arrow is and move and stretch it, make it bigger. And now I'm going to move it up like that and kind of center it on these helpful grid lines. Okay, a word of encouragement. That's not quite centered right there. That's pretty good. And so, there's other styles you can do. You can move this down, and again, you can move it, stretch it however you want. Simple yet effective is kind of nice. If you're on a really bright background, that kind of helps to kind of set things off. So does this one, if you need more contrast. But there's all kinds of stuff in here that you can try out and just kind of see what you like. And let's say you like that. And so you're going to go up to share, and you can save it to your phone. But then you're going to have to still get it to your computer, most likely, or if you're going to just do it off your phone, that's cool too. I usually hit mail. It has you type in your email, and then you select what size file you want to send, and then you can send it right to yourself, and then you're good to go. So that's Typorama. So let's say that I like this image, but I don't like any of the fonts, and so I want to put it in Photoshop Elements. I'm going to tap the words. I'm going to hit the X. Now there's no font on there. There's no words. I'm going to go up to share. I'm going to email it to myself. And I'm going to send it to matthewdabbs@hotmail.com. And I want to send it. So I'm going to go with 1 meg. Now I've just emailed it to myself. I'm going to go to my email, and I'm going to get that image out, and I'm going to save it. So there it is. I'm going to tap it. I'm going to hit that little button there 2, save the image. Now it's in my images on my phone. So now I've got it. So again, if you want to put this in Photoshop Elements, you can. I'm going to show you exactly what to do with that next. Now the good news is my image is already the correct dimensions. Now, one thing that I like to do is I like to create a template in Photoshop, thumbnail template. And so I have a YouTube thumbnail template right here. So you would just set the width at 1280 by 720, and then you would say save preset. And then that would ask you what to call it, and you would just call it like YouTube thumbnail and say okay, and that would save it. So in the future, you don't have to keep remembering what the resolution is of a YouTube thumbnail. So I've already made the image at the right resolution because Typorama was nice enough to do that for me. And so now I'm going to go grab that image. Right there. And again, go up to view, zoom out a little bit so I can see it. I like the image, it's pretty good. I want to use a font on the top of it. So you're going to see this is its own layer. The image is a layer. As soon as I start a font, it's going to make a new layer. And just like in Premiere, whatever layer is on top of the other, it literally is on top of it in here. So let's say a word of encouragement. Say yes, I like that, approve it, pull it over. That's kind of blending in right there a bit. Double click it. Let's change our font color. I think we had it in white. And the other one, okay, that's a little bit better. But see, now I get more options because I can make it, you know, a bigger font than I can in Typorama. I've got a longer list of fonts. Probably the most popular font in YouTube thumbnail is one called Impact because it's really easy to read on a small thumbnail. Let's say I want to make this really big, like 120, and let's say I want to make it 2 lines centered or something like that. See, now I've got that on there, and I can move that around, just put that up in the middle like that. And again, go up to File, Save As. You don't want to save it as a Photoshop file. It's not going to help you. You want to go to a PNG or a JPEG. Notice where you're putting it and save it right there. Let's say 4.19.20 sermon thumbnail. Save that, and there you go. You've got it right there. You got to say okay. Smallest and slowest gives you the best quality. So there you go. You've got it. So now when you're in YouTube and you go to create, upload video, you're going to say select file. And you are going to find that file. So let's say it was on my desktop or wherever I put it. Let's say that. It's going to start uploading it. And I get to change the name of it right here. A word of encouragement. Auburn Church of Christ sermon for April 19, 2020. Whatever you want to call it, you can change that out. That's my default stuff. Put in a description here. This is where you put in your thumbnail, upload thumbnail. See, there's my thumbnail. Drop that in there. You have to say it's not made for kids. You need to put that in. That's a new thing with YouTube. More options. This is where you put in your tags. So I'm going to say encouragement. Anytime you put a comma, it makes a new tag. And I have a thing called TubeBuddy that kind of gives me suggestions, but you won't have that set up. Encouragement in crisis. Just think of different things that people may look up. About sermons for your name church. Okay, and none of this you really have to worry about. You just say next, and then you're not gonna get the screen, and basically just gonna go through and while this is processing, which it's already finished, which normally take about 20-30 minutes or more, you're just gonna work through all this until it's done, and then it's gonna give you a link. And I'm gonna think of how to do this. Let's make it private. You're gonna wanna say public and set as a premiere. And when you do that, it's going to let you schedule the time for the premiere. And again, and here's your link right here. You're going to right click that, copy it, put it in Facebook, put it in an email, get the word out. This is where the premiere is going to appear. It's going to appear on April 19th at 10:30. Let people know. And you're going to publish that. Okay, so I hope this has kind of given you an idea on Premiere, Premiere Elements, Photoshop Elements, posting to YouTube. And again, let me know what questions you have, and we will catch you next time. Please subscribe. Let us know that you have been helped by the video. Give it a thumbs up, word in the comments. Subscription always helps. And thanks for following along, and we'll catch you next time.